Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a wonderful day. Likes, comments, and subscriptions, all these things help out the channel and are very much appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. You're going to notice a very common theme throughout the video. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin and Ethereum pump, ape and cake outperform. We are currently in the midst of very, and I dare not even use the word normalized. We've seen these type of price movements before. News, if you will. It says Bitcoin's price fluctuates. Bitcoin crosses $22,000. How high can it go? Now, once again, I've been in the market for a very long time. Something always tends to happen, and this happened in 2017. It happened, I think, in 2020 or something like that as well. And this is going to be the core discussion, I think, for the next couple of months. I do not think this is going to be a just this week kind of conversation. I think it's going to become larger and larger as a conversation within the space as we end up moving forward. I'll get to that in 1 second, I promise you. It says Ripple price analysis, bullseye upside break above 40 cents. So where we currently are right now is we are 2 days away. Yep, just 2 days away from the Ethereum merge. It has been a long time coming. It's been nearly 6 years that we've been waiting. If you want extra information, I just made a video on it on my other channel, Money Rules. I explain a little bit more exactly what's going to be taking place and why this is such a huge event. And this is not a pass-by event. This is going to change the entirety of the cryptocurrency market, and you will see why. Normally, or as I often say historically, if altcoins tend to do too well, Bitcoin and the people moving Bitcoin's price tend to have a very difficult time with this. We've seen this before. And once again, I'm going to aim for 2017 as that was the most popular time where many people got into the market. It's when XRP began to first pump in price. And XRP passed by 1 cent, passed by 10 cents, passed by $1. Passed by $1.50 and ended up becoming the #2 coin. People began to very quickly look at the price data, and they saw that if XRP, I believe, simply doubled again in price, got around $4 something or $5. I don't remember the exact numbers. It was years ago. The point is that there would have been a flippening, if you will, of Bitcoin's price to XRP, and XRP would have become the #1 coin. This was a very big problem for a lot of people who had championed Bitcoin for a number of years, talking about how Bitcoin would always be #1 and would always be the #1 coin. The same exact thing ended up happening over the course of the year, where Ethereum went from $8, and by the end of the year, it was 1,000 something or other dollars. The first mentions of a flippening for Ethereum began to happen in 2017 as well, and we are getting the rumblings of it happening once again. At the current prices right now, Bitcoin is a smidge below $22,000 and Ether is a couple of bucks away from $1,800. If Ethereum doubles in price from where it currently is to even lower than its previous all-time high, Ethereum will become the #1 coin. Why do I bring all of this up? Because right now, especially even a couple of hours ago, Bitcoin did the classic, let's move up, I'm slamming back down. We've gone over this multiple times, even just this year. If it gets to, because we've also been seeing that Bitcoin's dominance has been rapidly falling within the market as other altcoins try to move on their own. Bitcoin may move up by 1%, other altcoins are moving up by 10 to 15, 25% in the exact same time. Mathematically, Bitcoin will begin to lose a huge portion of dominance within the market. But the movements that we're seeing, as always, are quite coordinated when it comes to Bitcoin's price. If you've never seen the charts before, we'll go over them, of course, later on. But it's a simple, Bitcoin looks like it's going to pump. It goes up nearly straight up and then slams down. The problem is that any movement of Bitcoin controls the rest of the market, whether it be up or down. If Bitcoin goes up by 2%, all the other altcoins are going to be rushing up at the exact same time. If Bitcoin falls by 2%, many other altcoins tend to fall by 7, 14, 22% in the exact same time. It's always dramatic in either direction. I'm not going to go too much into it. Once again, just watch the other video to understand why this is such a gigantic occasion and exactly how large it's going to be. Because mathematically, and from what we've heard from the upgrade, there's actually nothing stopping Ethereum from hitting a $10,000 coin. I don't know if you know that or if you are aware, but you will be in the coming days. And now we're at the point where Bitcoin actually has to do something. Bitcoin has to move or it's going to be surpassed. There's an article, another article if you're not looking at the screen. It says top reasons why Bitcoin might ride bullish wave this week. The bullish wave will be, or should be, or would be Ethereum. I think a lot of people are waiting. I've been discussing this with a lot of friends who are in the cryptocurrency market, a lot of people who have invested in Ether, a lot of people in general. And people seem to be untimidly, excitedly waiting on the sidelines. Understand? This is an upgrade that we've been promised for 6 years. The first mentions of Ethereum 2.0 began in 2016. 2017, we were supposed to have had the upgrade. Same in 2018, 2019, 2020. Remember all these times we kept on talking and I kept on saying I'm not holding my breath. The fact that we are very, very close to this happening now, everyone's kind of in this like, yeah, sure, okay, oh, that's awesome, oh, okay, wonderful. Once we actually have the upgrade and people understand what the upgrade means, especially for the issuance of the coin and how little there will be, it's expected that Ethereum is kind of going to drag up the rest of the market. The momentum that we've had before in Ethereum's price before the merge sets us up for a very nice price rise. If Bitcoin doesn't move, it's going to get overtaken. The problem is the people who are controlling Bitcoin's price will not allow that. And Bitcoin has to move up. I'm telling you, if it's not moving up by the time the Fed gives their next information session, soapbox thing, Bitcoin will become the #2 coin. And that's not even me joking. Like, this is going to be a very crazy time in the cryptocurrency space. Surprisingly, stock futures are currently flat. We are still waiting a large amount of inflation data and other data from not a couple of companies. I forgot exactly what it is this week, but Tuesday and Thursday are kind of the days to look out for. In the crypto space, it is Wednesday, which is the day of the actual merge. The news is still floating around. A lot of people are waiting to see what the Fed is going to do. It is fairly obvious at this point that the Fed is only going to raise the interest rate by 0.75% and then kind of leave it due. But the news this week is supposed to indicate exactly if they're going to continue doing this. We've had news for a while that September is supposed to be kind of the last hoo-ha, if you will. But yeah, so at the moment, the cryptocurrency market is also basically trading sideways. Stock futures are flat. Bitcoin moved up sharply a couple of hours ago and then slammed down accordingly to bring the rest of the market even further down. So very fascinating times ahead. Yeah, that's all the price news, if you will. And yeah, let's move on. I told you were going to notice a very common theme in this video. Sam Padilla, a blockchain developer for Google Cloud, demonstrated the most recent Google search update, which features a real-time transition countdown with merging pandas. Cool. Padilla revealed on Friday that the Google search engine now displays a countdown clock for the Ethereum merge. Yes, you heard that correctly. We had, and I don't know why people ever even speculated this. A couple of years ago, I remember telling explicitly, you were told that Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, you name it, they were all into Ethereum and Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space in some sort of way, and people assumed that them not adding crypto as a payment method simply meant that they were not into it at all. They're not even looking at the cryptocurrency space. There is now a native countdown clock displayed with the current hash rate, difficulty, and merge difficulty when searching for Ethereum Merge. There's a tweet for it right there. And here's the actual countdown clock right here. It says 2 days, 20 hours, and 18 minutes. Everyone's looking forward to this. This is going to be absolutely insane, especially when you look at the actual economics. I'm not going to, once again, watch the other video. There's so much to cover and so much to go over. But yeah, Google now has a countdown clock for the merge. 2 days, 20 hours, and 18 minutes away. Once again, this is based on the actual difficulty and actual usage of the network. The more the network gets used, the quicker the countdown will actually go. And there are the two pandas right there. They will just become a normal black and white panda once the merge has merged. Are they doing the fusion dance? I feel like they're doing the fusion dance, and I can't really tell. It looks like they're going to do the fusion dance. Anyway, that's the even. Wow, what? That's crazy. Even Google is in on it. I would have never, ever believed that one. News. And yeah, let's move on. Also in very popular news over the last day or two, it says, and I cringed, despite the dip in the price of Bitcoin, business intelligence giant MicroStrategy has continued its acquisition of Bitcoin. They do this because the price has dropped, not despite the price drop. You buy when prices are low, anticipating price growth. You don't buy the home across the street for $1 million when you know that it's going to go down to $100,000. You buy it for $100K in anticipation of regrowth back to $1 million. That's how investing works. According to a recent Form 8K filing with the US SEC, MicroStrategy has entered an agreement with Cohen and Company and BTIG. As per the agreement, the NASDAQ-listed company will sell $500 million worth of their shares to Cohen & Co. and to BTIG, both of which are investment banks that focus on crypto-related stocks. Afterwards, proceeds from these sales will be channeled into general corporate purposes that include Bitcoin acquisition. Yes, MicroStrategy, for those of you who don't know, is one of the largest holders of Bitcoin. I think they have, just with this one company, keeping this in mind, I believe they hold around 139,000 Bitcoin. That was not me stuttering or making a mistake. I believe it's 139,000 Bitcoin. And that's not even counting the former CEO, Michael Saylor, who also has, what is it? I think near 100,000 Bitcoin or something like that as well. He's famous for having begun to acquire them when they were, I believe, $10 or $100. I'm not really sure of the exact amount. Historically, before in the past, we've had news that MicroStrategy has done this many times. This isn't a brand new thing. They've issued debt before against the company, wherein the debt that they issued allowed them, they were trying to raise $500 million. They ended up raising $1.5 billion. And I think the debt has like a 2% interest rate of return or something like that, and it has to be paid within the next 5 years. So all the money that they've made previously from Bitcoin was already enough to pay off the debt that they had acquired. And now they're doing it again. I believe this is the third or fourth time that we're hearing about this. And I said historically once again, because normally whenever MicroStrategy news like this comes out, the price tends to go up because one company has announced that they're buying another $500 million worth of Bitcoin, which would normally, for any, if there was any indication that there was someone out there or a company who was going to be acquiring $500 million of any company, a stock, if you will, that stock's price would have, right, it would have risen. But that's not how crypto works, because the people pulling the strings behind the scenes have no idea how actual economics works. Yeah, so MicroStrategy is quite heavily in the news. They plan on buying another $500 million worth of Bitcoin. Ah, there we go. It's 129,000. Excuse me. I was 10,000 off. Many apologies unto you. Yeah, not surprising. They said that they plan on doing this basically forever. They say even when Bitcoin's at $1 million, they still plan on buying fragments of Bitcoin, or even entire Bitcoins at that point. They'd be able to buy 500 whole Bitcoin, which is kind of insane to even think about. Yeah, that's the MicroStrategy news. We will get proper news as to when the purchase has happened. We always get we're planning on doing this. They're selling off the stock. We bought it. News. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's move on. Also, unendingly in the news, Binance has expanded Binance Convert to include Terra Luna Classic and Terra Classic USD. Users can now exchange Luna Classic and USTC for free against Bitcoin, Binance's US dollar, and US dollar, I believe that's Tether. USDT, I think is Tether. And any other supported tokens through Binance Convert. Users can quickly convert the cryptocurrency they currently own into another cryptocurrency using the Binance Convert service. The main way to purchase cryptocurrency on the Binance Lite edition of the app is through Binance Convert, which also powers the Convert feature of the Binance app. A crypto transaction on Binance Convert may be done in just 4 steps. Wonderful. So we had news a couple of days ago that we had about 4 or 5 different cryptocurrency exchanges who announced their support for the upcoming, or I believe they're upcoming, upgrades for the Luna Classic coin burn, and also for the new staking protocol procedure that they're going to have. And now we have news that Binance Convert has included Luna Classic and USTC. Also in the news as well, in a tweet on Sunday, Prism Protocol indicated that it might be interested in a return to the Terra Classic network after the community implements the 1.2% tax burn proposed on-chain for all Luna Classic transactions. For those of you who missed that news, apparently the upgrade and why the coin has pumped by 300 or 400% in the last week is because the idea is that every transaction that happens within the chain will be burning 1.2% of the whatever is happening behind the scenes. And this is dramatically bullish. And a lot of people are once again talking about the coin rising back up in price, but also hitting $1 again. And this is the tweet from Prism right here. It says it bears mentioning that Prism was one of Terra Network's most popular decentralized finance protocols. Remember what I said months ago after the initial fiasco with Terra Luna and Classic, if you will? I was like, people don't stay afraid forever. It's nearly impossible. At some point, the mind shifts. It's the same exact way for not only the cryptocurrency market, but also just the finance market. People realize that something bad happened. They go, okay, well, let's move past from that. People begin to get excited again. They revive other projects. People jump back into it, and the price begins to move back up. And now we have a lot of DeFi protocols and platforms that said, never again, we will never do this. Now they're moving or talking about moving back to Terra Luna Classic. And they probably will. And we're probably, but I give it to the end of the year. Anywhere from the end of the year to next spring. I know it seems like a long time. It's not. This year is already almost over, if you can believe it. It's kind of insane to think that 2022 is almost already over. I give it by next spring. That'll be like a generalized, it definitely happened. We're going to see tons of projects run back into this space. That is to say the Terra Luna Classic space. And yeah. So this news, this coin is always in the news every single day now. This is basically the new Shiba Inu, where everyone's going completely insane over it. And I assume the price will only continue to go crazier once the upgrades have happened, because a lot of people, for those of you who also missed it the other day, just to give you a hint as to why I think it's going to continue going crazy. There was a cryptocurrency exchange that actually ran out of coins. Right. People were buying so much Terra Luna Classic that the exchange actually had to post something saying we don't have any more. So just an indication as to what's actually going on. That's the Terra Luna Classic news, because it's in the news every single day now. Yep. Let's move on. Right. So that was actually all the news. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. All the news basically revolved around the merge, MicroStrategy, and the Terra Luna Classic stuff. There was a bunch of other random things about, like, can this coin move up in price? Will this upgrade for this coin in 9 months actually have an effect on the price? Will this be... It's kind of the same generalized, you know, expansion on price news. But the major thing in the news, will Ethereum Merge break the $2,000 barrier? First of all, weren't we just past $2,000 like 3 days ago? I don't think that's... I think this should have said, will it break $3,000 or $4,000? Which we also passed... Ethereum was near $5,000 before. There's no real barrier, if you will. It's just Bitcoin not moving. Ethereum, chalking out Ethereum's likely trajectory for the coming week. The Ethereum merge matters for everyone in crypto. Here's how high Ethereum could soar before the end of the year, according to BitMEX founder Arthur Hayes. It's basically all the news that there was. Like, everyone is just completely focused on this one event. Once again, two days away. But yeah, very, very light news day. I was kind of shocked. I was a little shocked looking around, but it does make a lot of sense. Once again, you don't get it. We've been waiting for 6 years for this. That's a very, very long time. And now that it appears to actually be happening, everyone's paying attention to it. Everyone wants to see if here's the most realistic part. One of two things is going to happen. The Ethereum network is either going to break catastrophically, or the merge is going to work just fine and Ethereum's price is going to pump like crazy. There's only one of two things that can happen. There won't be a lull period where people go, oh, we have the merge. Everyone hold hands and dance now for the next 3 months. No. It's either going to get really bad or incredibly good. And as we've had multiple shadow forks that have mimicked what's supposed to happen, and all the shadow forks have gone through, yeah, you may have noticed even a lot of other Bitcoin maximalists in the news who are now talking positively about Ethereum and how high they think Ethereum is going to go, and how they're shifting their portfolio to buy more Ethereum, and how this is Ethereum. They all know what's going on. Yeah. That's all the Ethereum news. Is basically all there was. As always, Bitcoin's pumping again. As always, this is the other thing I was telling you. The spike up and then the spike down. This means nothing to me, because I'm terrified that Bitcoin's going to do the exact same thing again and slam right back down. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, GBU Wally, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Bubble Mode, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplifying, and let's move on. Empire Queen, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Captain Something, and the Z-Way Lay, Mo Barazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolet, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pat Ternoster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal, Rita, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D3D, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Machanisa, All Crypto with Lionel, and Crayola Michelle URL. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who has liked, commented, or subscribed. Thank you for all the support on Money Rules. I know, I know, believe me, I laughed so loud. There was one person who left a comment. It was something along the lines of, At the end of the video, when you say, see you, I wasn't expecting 4 months. I laughed very, very hard. Whoever you are who left that comment, I thought it was the most hilarious thing in the entire world. I also did not expect it to be a 4-month break, but alas, here we are. Thank you for all the support on the travel channel and the podcast and everything in general. You're all great people. At the moment, Bitcoin is at $22,178. It is up by 2.7%. It is spiking to the sky. This has happened before. If we get to a $23,000 or $24,000 Bitcoin today, I'll change my mind. But historically, whenever any other coin is poised to do extremely well, Bitcoin constantly has these movements and then slams back down to move the other coins' prices back down as well. Historically, Bitcoin has always done it. If Ethereum's price doubles, it passes by Bitcoin's market cap, and the whales behind the scenes who have a lot invested in Bitcoin do not want that to happen. If Ethereum becomes the #1 coin, the market shakes for a good 3 weeks, constant rumbles because Bitcoin's never supposed to leave the #1 spot. And then Ethereum quickly skyrockets to around $30,000 to $40,000 per coin. Very quickly. While Bitcoin kind of crumbles in price, if you want to say it that way. Very few coins have bucked the trend, or even, no, they're all moving in the exact same way. They have the same spike. They have the same other movement up. Solana is currently up by 2.3%. It is the quickest rider of the wave. Shiba Inu is up by 1.5%. Avalanche is up by 2%. That's wrapped Bitcoin. Uniswap is up by 2% as well. Anything absolutely insane. Monero is up by 2.9%. Terra Luna Classic is down by 10%. To be fair, it rose by 300% in like 3.5 days. It kind of makes sense. That's a huge movement up in a short amount of time. Filecoin is up by 3.9%. VeChain Thor is up by 1%. ApeCoin is up by 5%. I kept on hearing about ApeCoin pumping over the weekend, but I didn't see. There must have been something on Twitter, something significant there about the metaverse or what's happening or some kind of thing going on. Something called Xchain has $7 million worth of volume. That's absolutely nothing. Quant is up by 5.7%. Yeah, right at the top 50 now. Yeah. It's going to be a crazy week, regardless. Regardless of what happens, it's going to be crazy. Ethereum either completely collapses or Ethereum begins to skyrocket. We're going to hear if the Fed is going to continue raising interest rates, if they're done after September. It's going to be a very, the word's not productive. I'm going to say dramatic. It's going to be a very dramatic week. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, commenting, and or supporting. I hope you have a great week. I hope your week goes well. The weekend went very fast, a little bit too fast. Like a little bit too fast. I wanted like 5 extra days on that weekend. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.